Ed, today we get to hear from the Reserve Bank Governor Phil Lowe talking about the Delta strain's impact on the economy.
Yes, Delta, the economy and monetary policy. It sounds enthralling, but look, the Governor, Philip Lowe, it's going to be a pretty important speech. We know from last week from the cash rate decision that the Governor's already talked about Delta delaying and not derailing the economic recovery. The Reserve Bank's very confident that our economy will be back on its pre-Delta growth path in the second half of next year. So expect him to talk about that today. Expect him to talk about the significance of the vaccination program to Australia's economic recovery as well. So we also know the cash rate, of course, is going to be kept on hold at 0.1%, probably until 2024. And he should provide confirmation for that today as well. So he's speaking at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Just ahead of that, though, we'll be also getting some business survey results from NAB, talking about August and how that's tracked for businesses. We know sentiment is obviously on the way down at the moment.
Yeah, look, the words from Phil Lowe can often be like bullets for the market. They have an immediate impact as well. And we've been hearing from the Governor, not every week, but a fair bit lately. Is this all about, that confidence boost and looking to the post-COVID recovery?
Look, he does have a certain number of speaking appointments each year, and this one at the Annika Foundation is one he's done every year since he started in 2016. I think it is important for him to sort of get on the front foot and provide a bit more commentary to the general Australian public at the moment, because the economy is on such a rollercoaster. So the statements from the RBA that come out every Tuesday, first Tuesday of every month for the cash rate decision, they're important as well. But today should be an interesting thing to hear from him today. Yeah.
Well, let's talk rollercoasters when it comes to the iron ore price. It's not quite getting the dips that the budget has been predicting, but the highs have helped the BHP chief executive earn about $20 million this year. Is that right?
That is right. So BHP, its profit went up 80% this year. They made $35 billion in profits. 20 billion of that went back to shareholders. But when you're making those sorts of profits, the chief executive is going to get paid reasonably well. And Mike Henry, the CEO of BHP, was paid $19.7 million in this financial year. Pretty phenomenal. His base salary was $2.3 million, so that's pretty good. But then he got $5.5 million in short-term incentives, and the kicker was almost $11 million in long-term incentives. This is a bonus from work he was doing back in 2016 for BHP as the head of Minerals Australia. So huge pay packet for Mike Henry. He's one of the highest paid chief executives now in Australia. The person that beats him, though, is the head of CSL, Paul Perreault. He took home $61 million in this financial year, so 3 times as much as Mike Henry.
CSL, that sounds like CSL's paying more than a bank.
Yeah, they certainly do, yeah. So their share price is also incredibly high at the moment, around $300 a share, and they've been performing very well and obviously are manufacturing the AstraZeneca vaccine in Melbourne. But $61 million, a lot of that was in shares, but it's a huge bonus.
Oh, there you go. Follow the money, Ed. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Laura.